Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Holly, and today I'm going to show you how to make a bunny wreath. You need some Sherpa fleece for this, and it's pre-cut and it's 1.5 yards, and you can get this at Walmart. And you also are going to need some flowers and some ribbon. Any type of ribbon will do. You want to have a sharp pair of fabric shears, some floral picks, and some white and pink felt for the bunny ears. Something to mark on that, so I'm just going to use a pencil. You're going to need pipe cleaners and a template for your bunny ears, and you can either use cardstock or poster board to cut that out, and you can do that freehand. You're going to need 2 different size wreaths, and these are foam wreaths, and the white one is 13.8 inches and the green one is 9.8 inches. The green one I got from Dollar Tree and the white one from Walmart. And you also need a glue gun. Now go ahead and start cutting your material into long strips, and I didn't measure it, I just kind of eyeballed and just started cutting wide strips. Now what I did was glue the end of the material to the back of the wreath, and what you want to also do is fold one side of it so that way it gives you a clean edge. That's why I said you don't have to worry about it being uneven, because we're going to go ahead and fold that. Now as you're wrapping it, just make sure that one edge is folded just a little bit, and it's going to go over the rough edge as you go around the wreath. So you're kind of going off to the side with it. And you can see that it's folded. That's what I'm trying to show you here. Just keep that edge folded and then just wrap it around. And then when you come to the end, go ahead and hot glue that piece to it, and then you just start again with another piece. Now always make sure it's the same side that you're folding as you go, so that way it's even. Now you're going to continue doing this until you wrap it all the way around, until you get close to the end of the wreath. There's going to be a little spot where the material didn't cover it completely. So all you need to do is just take a small piece, and what you want to do is fold both ends for the last piece, because you don't want any rough edges showing at all, and this will finish it off. You're going to want to hot glue any pieces that may be loose, just so that way it doesn't come unraveled. And then the last thing you're going to do is go ahead and hot glue that small piece that you have there, and just hot glue it to the back of the wreath. And now for the smaller wreath, you're going to go ahead and do exactly what you did for the first one, and just continue going around until that wreath base is completely covered. Now once you have both wreaths covered completely, take some hot glue and put some on one of the wreaths and just put them together, and they should adhere. But then we're going to take the floral picks that I had, and it takes a little bit of work because you have to get the pick to go through the material, but once it does, it'll stick into each side of the wreath. So one side will stick into the larger wreath and the other side will stick into the smaller one. Now you want to go ahead and put some picks into the front of the wreath also, and it's going to be hidden because you're going to have some flowers or ribbon in front of that. You're going to have glued to it, but the picks will give it some stability and it'll hold it together. Now you're going to want to go ahead and take a white felt sheet and go ahead and trace your rabbit ear template onto it, and you want to do that twice. So you have 2 ear templates, and you're not going to trace the middle part yet, just trace the outside of it first. Now once you're done tracing those, go ahead and cut those out and just put them onto the side. Take another white felt sheet and trace the ears again, and also trace the inside of it, because you're going to go ahead and what you're going to do is cut the inside part of this one out, and you're going to also cut the whole thing out. And then go ahead and take the pink felt and trace just the inside of the template. Now after you've traced the inside of the bunny ear, go ahead and cut this out, but do not cut it on the trace line. You want to leave a little bit of material beyond that trace line, so when you put this down to have it glued, the glue has some material to adhere to. Now take and put the solid white felt on the bottom, put the pink in the middle, and then the top part of the ear where the hole is, you're going to put that on top. But you want to position that pink piece to where you have enough material for the top piece of the ear to be glued to. And you want to go ahead and put something down to protect your work surface from the hot glue that you're going to be using. You also want to go ahead and turn that pink part of the ear where it was traced towards the back, so that way you do not see the trace line coming through the front on the white part of the ear. Put a few dots of hot glue onto the back of the pink felt, that way it can adhere to the white felt. Once the pink felt is glued down, go ahead and put a bead of hot glue along the edge of the white part on the back, and you want to take your pipe cleaner, and I used white so that way it would blend in, but go ahead and shape it onto that part of the ear. And you don't want to put it directly on the edge. You want to kind of leave a little bit of a space to where it's just right on the inside of it. Now your next step is to go ahead and take the top part of the ear and put it over the pipe cleaner that's on the back of the ear, and just start gluing it together. Now you're going to continue doing that all the way around, and you're just basically adhering the top part to the back part. And you just be careful because the glue is hot, and you can use a pair of tweezers to kind of push them together a little bit if you need to, but I just kind of went real quick with it. Now the reason I used the pipe cleaner in the ear is so that way it would give it some stability, and it would stand up straighter and it wouldn't flop over. But also you can use that pipe cleaner, since it has wire, and you can maneuver the ears to any type of position that you would want it in. And I went ahead and put some hot glue on the edges, not too close to the edge, but onto the inner part of the top of the ear, and just kind of glued that down just so that way you didn't have a pocket sticking out, and it was more, it looked finished. Now decide where you want to position your bunny ears, and go ahead and glue both of them to the back of the wreath. Now I'm using some ribbon that I had left over from another project, and all I'm doing with it is just making little loops. And I just decided how large I wanted the bow to be, and just went back and forth and made loops from one end to the other. Now while I'm making the loops, I'm also holding it in the middle, kind of pinching it together, then taking a piece of pipe cleaner and just twisting it to kind of get it to stay together. Then go ahead and I took the other piece of ribbon, and I just made loops going around, kind of in a circle with this one. Just kind of kept looping it and holding it in the middle. And then when you get to the end, just kind of hold it and turn it around, and then take another piece of pipe cleaner and twist it. And then I went ahead and twisted that onto the other ribbon that I had to make it into one. And glue the bow onto the front of the rabbit where the neck part is and where those floral picks were, and that will cover it up. Then go ahead and just pick a flower, anything that you'd want to put in the middle of the ribbon, just to kind of give it some dimension. And then to finish off the ears, I just went ahead and put some more flowers onto that, just to give it some more color and dimension to it also. In order to hang up the wreath, you need to have some kind of a hook on it. So I just went ahead and took a floral pick and just kind of inserted into the back where the ears are at a little bit of an angle, and so you have a loop to where it can hang onto a nail of some sort. Then I also took hot glue and glued all around that part, so that way it would stay in there. And I think this wreath turned out really cute. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you're interested in seeing more videos like it, please click the subscribe button and the notification bell, and that will notify you when I post new videos. I thank y'all so much for watching, and I hope everyone has a blessed day.